Hi everyone, welcome to American Firearms Network. Thank you so much for watching our show today. We appreciate it. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to our new viewers. We hope you like, subscribe, and share. And today's topic that we are going to discuss is you are a gun person, you are into defending yourself and your loved ones. You're living with your significant other, and they are the direct opposite. They do not want a firearm in the house. Period. How do you handle that? You want to train, you enjoy having a firearm, but you even enjoy having the ability to protect your family. Instructor Paul.
It's a tough one.
Yep, very tough.
It's a tough
very,
one
very
because
tough.
You don't want to go against your spouse or the person that you're close to if she doesn't want a gun or he doesn't want a gun. That's a big, tough one.
Yeah.
I know personally for me, my wife doesn't like guns, and she would rather not have a gun in the house, but she understands the society we live in now.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a little joke here. I'm full of jokes, but my daughter, she's totally against guns. She don't want to see any of the guns, and she said, "Daddy, I don't want to see it in the car. I don't want to see it on you. I just don't want to see it." Anyway, my other daughter came to us and she said she's getting married, and she's married to a white guy, white brother, real good guy, and he comes from Mississippi, and he wanted to get married in Mississippi. So we were a bit concerned because we hear all these horror stories about what goes on in Mississippi. So my whole family said, "Oh, well, we're going to have to go." My wife really didn't want to go up there. She said, "Why don't we just do the wedding here in Jacksonville?" She goes, "No, he wants to be close up there with his grandmother. They want to get married on the farm." So anyway, we get in the car.
Oh boy.
Right? And the whole family were in this van, and we're going to Mississippi, and he's telling us how to get there. So he says, "Yeah, by the way, when you're driving up there, you're going to be driving through that spot where they done the film of Mississippi Burning."
Oh God.
So as soon as he said that, my daughter looked at me, she said, "Daddy, have you got your gun?"
Did you?
I had my gun, I did, yeah. I'm at the wedding, we're in this barn, and we're dancing, and I'm carrying, we're driving the dance with my daughter, and I'm carrying a flipping 9mm Glock. But I say that is that, you have to come to a compromise. You have to somehow.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, do you want to break up a relationship or a marriage because of one of you don't want a gun? I think you really need to sit down and work it out and look around the environment you're in. I'm a man, I would hate to know that I can't protect my family. If someone comes in my house, I've got no way of protecting my family, that would hurt.
And you said a key word, compromise.
Yeah.
Right? And, maybe you can talk to your significant other and say, "Listen, maybe I keep a gun in a gun safe. Maybe it's in the garage or a different part of the house." There's always ways to compromise and work things out.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then you have a decision to make. That's more of a decision between you and your significant other. It's not good, right? When you really want a firearm to protect your family and you can't relay that message, it's not registering with your significant other of why you want that firearm, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to
hear it. But try to always work out a compromise. But if you can't, you have to decide, and you have to make that decision. Is my relationship worth having a gun or not?
Mm-hmm.
And I know in a lot of cases, guys have given up their guns, or significant others have given up their guns because they don't want to lose their relationship or damage their relationship.
So question, would you tell, if you're dating someone, would you tell them that you're an avid gun user before?
Yes.
Yes.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you'd have to
definitely
plant that seed and let them know in advance, because you don't want to progress, right? You're developing a relationship and all of a sudden you bring up, "Oh, I'm going to go to the range," and she goes wild, or he goes wild, whatever, right?
But if you become one whilst you're married and your wife doesn't want it, how do you deal with that?
That's you go into the hardcore compromising mode,
Yeah, you
coming
have
up
to.
with 50 different scenarios
Yeah.
of how you can compromise.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work, then you got to decide are you going to tap out or not, and you don't want to damage the relationship if you have a strong one. Some guys may say, I'm keeping my gun. My wife, she can take off and pack her bags, but
Yeah.
some guys are that strong. I've heard that, but if you have a good relationship, you don't want to damage
Yeah,
it.
what helped me a lot is the fact that my wife saw exactly what was going on in the news. She knows now. She knows that we're not living in a world where it's all, buzzing and nice. There are nasty people out there. They'll come in your house, they'll take you hostage, they'll do nasty things. They'll come in your church, they'll do nasty things. So now she knows that and she understands it. And I've tried to come to a compromise where I won't clean my guns so my wife can see. I'll go in the back, I have an area in my garage, I'll go in there and I'll clean my guns. I try to be in a way where I compromise. I don't flaunt my gun in front of them.
Right.
Okay? And that's what you've got to do. You've got
Yeah.
to come to that compromise.
My wife is now into guns. She wasn't into. She is okay with. And she has a gun. I have a gun. We're good with it. We enjoy shooting together, practicing together. My daughter hates it. My
Yeah.
son likes it. My daughter hates it. When she comes to the house, I don't talk about it. I keep it very low.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
doesn't want to know about it. So
Yeah. I have a son-in-law, He's from Canada. And he doesn't like guns. And when I go to his house, I have to tell him I'm carrying, and he asks me nicely if I can leave it in the car, and I respect it because it's his house,
yeah,
I respect him and he respects me. So you have to be able to draw the line and have that respect for people. If I go in a car with you, Todd, or somebody that I don't know, and they're giving me a ride, in politeness, I'll tell them I'm carrying. Because I don't want to be pulled over with them and they're driving.
Yeah, I do that
And
also.
is there any firearms in the car? Oh yeah, I've got one. He didn't know about it. So
yeah.
you just,
I agree with that. Yep, absolutely right.
Yeah, just be mindful and be responsible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, understood.
And with that, guys, just listen. We said it and we'll say it again. It's all about compromising. And we're not telling you to be a hardhead and go out there and just, forgetting how your spouse or the person you're with feels. We're not telling you to do that. But what we're telling you to do is to come to a compromise, and hopefully you guys will come to the same agreement. Anyway, take care. Thank you for being a part of our show, and we hope that you'll stay safe out there.